If you want to replace a bike tire, select a tire of the same size. Size data is shown on the tire sidewall. Before mounting or removing a wheel, read the wheel manufacturer's instructions and get to know the release mechanism. Check the state of the rim and the rim strip. The rim strip must completely cover the rim base. When mounting the tire, make sure that nothing gets inside the tire, sand, stones, etc., that could damage the tube. For this reason, it's good to always place the tire and the wheel on a clean surface. Pay attention to the tire's specified direction of rotation, as indicated on the tire sidewall. Place one flange of the rim in the tire. Use your thumb to press this side completely over the flange of the rim. This should be possible with every rim without your having to use any tools. Keep in mind that tubes also age. For that reason, you should mount a new tube when you mount a new tire. Unscrew the valve cap, the valve nut, and the nut from the valve stem. Insert the valve stem of the tube into the valve hole of the rim. But don't attach the valve with the lock ring yet. Place the tube completely inside the tire. Make sure that it doesn't buckle. Turn the lock nut a few turns on the valve stem. Push the valve into the valve stem and secure it with the lock ring. Slightly inflate the tube so that it takes on a round shape. Starting at a point opposite the valve, press the loose tire side over the flange of the rim. Make sure that the tube is not pinched between the tire and the rim at any point. Continue pressing the tire over the edge of the rim, moving along at the same pace to both sides of the starting point. If the mounting by hand doesn't work, you will have to use continental tire levers to get the sides of the tire over the flange of the rim. Check the valve. If it is not standing straight up, you have to pull a tire bead out of the rim again and rearrange the tube. To enable the tire and the tube to settle on the rim free of stress, inflate the tire to half the maximum inflation and flex it back and forth over the full circumference of the wheel. Then press the entire valve into the rim and pull it out again. Fix it with the lock ring. Inflate the tube with a floor pump to the maximum tire inflation pressure, which is shown on the tire sidewall. Check the seating of the tire by examining the characteristic line above the rim flange. The characteristic line should be evenly spaced from the rim on both sides of the tire over its entire circumference. To adjust the tire for optimum use, taking into account the weight of the cyclist and the surface cycled on, you can reduce the operating pressure of the tire from maximum inflation pressure. There is a list in the FAQs under www.conti-bicycletires.com.
Today we're going to show you the new Sierra Downcountry tire. The Sierra is absolutely designed for a mix of terrain. Fast dirt roads, slippery roots, big rowdy rock sections. The Sierra is just a click more than cross country, and it comes down to all of the components that make up this tire. Casing, the tread design, and the compound. It's a 60 TPI casing. You're gonna have a lot more durability in terms of abrasion and pinch flat protection, but it's still gonna be nice and compliant and balanced and give a more damped feeling. Max, you had something about the feel of it. What did you think about the feel?
I really felt the tire really comfy, so just sticking to the ground, absorbing the roots and the rocks, so I really like, because it's comfy in a way, so it absorbs the impact, but in the other way it is not bouncing back too much, which is really helpful on a rough trail like this, because sometimes tires absorbs but they bounce back, so you are losing the grip then on the next route, and this one is in my opinion a really good choice for this kind of trails for sure.
The next piece is going to be the compound. This actually uses the 2 XC compounds in the middle and the 2 trail compounds on the side. So if you're riding off camber terrain or cornering really hard, it's going to hook up similarly to a trail tire, but when you are rolling, it's going to retain that cross-country efficiency. What did you think? Like, honestly.
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it very much. At the beginning I was scared to go really hard on the rocks, on the roots and on the rocks, because I don't know the tire yet. But after 5 minutes I felt really good and I want to go, so.
Yeah, nice, I like it. The third piece is the tread design. On the center tread, you have a mirror image left and right. And the reason for that is so that we have a defined paddle to be able to scramble up those technical terrain sections of the trail. Similarly, on the back side of those knobs, you have a very firm braking edge. So you have full confidence when the trail gets a bit more rowdy. And then that side channel is
Hi, I'm Amanda with WTB, and we're going to talk about the Crossboss. The Crossboss is a cyclocross tire, and it comes in 700 by 35C. In my experience, this tire has worked really great in hard-packed, fast cross courses. The tightly spaced center knobs keep the rolling resistance really low, and it also has great traction for cornering with the good side knobs. This tire also works great in damp conditions because the widely spaced outer knobs clear muck really well. It's a great all-around cyclocross tire, and it's available in black and tan sidewall, but you really got to get the tan.
Hi, I'm Nicky, here with WTB, and I want to talk to you about the Raddler. The Raddler is a radder version of our Raddler tread pattern. It combines the expeditious efficiency of a short knob center line with get-rad traction and chunky outer knobs. Let's call it a semi-slick, but one designed to increase confidence while pushing the limits of gravel. The center tread is made up of consistent small knobs that are tightly spaced to cut down on rolling resistance while still digging into any terrain for great out-of-the-saddle traction. Long toothy side knobs with lateral siping help you traverse those sketchy off-camber sections and hold your line while cornering on loose gravel or wet conditions. Both widths of the Raddler tread pattern are available with black or tan sidewalls, allowing riders to choose between a traditional or a retro colour scheme. All options are TCS Tubless, which is proven to be the most reliable tubeless system available for the last decade. The Raddler is an excellent choice for loose terrain, where traction takes priority but efficiency is never far behind. Lean it over, take the inside line, brake late, stay pinned with the Raddler.